Bulletin of Hallabol. This is Rashmi here with you. Before moving to the details, let us have a look at the day's headlines. Mahasaptami Puja observed across the state with full devotion. Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb greeted the people of the state centering Durga Puja, urged the people to follow COVID guidelines. Massive traffic arrangements enforced in the city for smooth vehicular movement centering Durga Puja festival. Meteorological Centre Agartala issued warning for heavy to very heavy rainfall all over Tripura on 23rd of October. Mahasaptami Puja observed across the state with full devotion. Although incessant rain from morning along with COVID-19 restrictions remained unfavorable to the festive fervour. Streets of Agartala and many other parts of Tripura come alive with the sounds of Durga Puja. The Hindu festival, which celebrates the triumph of good over evil, is marked as the time of shopping, dancing, drumming, eating and worship. The festival's most defining feature is the pandal, towering displays of religious sculptures depicting the story of Durga Puja, the moment that the Hindu goddesses Durga triumphed over the demon Mahishasura. This year, the festival began on Thursday under the restrictions of COVID-19. Friday, devotion, prayers and dedication marked the beginning of Mahasaptami. Amid huge enthusiasm and devotion on the auspicious day of Mahasaptami, devotees observed rigorous fast and offered Pushpanjali. But apart from COVID-19, the weather also remained unfavorable as from morning rain started in the state. The religious rituals of Mahasaptami, 7th day on the lunar calendar, began with the barting of banana plant called Navapatrika in ponds. The plant is treated like a bride, wrapped in a new sari and placed next to the idol of Lord Ganesh. This plant is also called Hallabol, banana plant bride. The ritual called Navapatrika Snan Osthapan is traced to the agrarian society of East India. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb greeted the people of the state centering Durga Puja festival, urged the people to follow COVID guidelines in order to contain any further spread of the virus. On the holy occasion of Durga Puja, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb greeted the people of the state. Friday, over a video message, Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb addressed the people of Tripura. He urged the people of the state to enjoy the festival and offer puja, but maintaining the COVID guidelines.
আমার প্রিয় ত্রিপুরাবাসী, শারদোৎসব উপলক্ষে আমি সমস্ত ত্রিপুরাবাসীকে আন্তরিক শুভেচ্ছা জানাই। আমি আশা করি কোভিড-19 এই পরিস্থিতিতে আমরা কেন্দ্র এবং রাজ্য সরকারের যে দিশানির্দেশিকাগুলি রয়েছে সেগুলোকে মেনে মায়ের আরাধনা করব এবং মায়ের কাছে করোনা মুক্তির প্রার্থনা করব। ও প্রার্থনা করার সময় আমাদের ধ্যান রাখতে হবে সোশ্যাল ডিস্টেন্সিং, মাস্ক পরিধান করা, স্যানিটাইজার ইউজ করা और नीट एंड क्लीन থাকা। এগুলি আমাদেরকে করোনা থেকে মুক্তি দিতে পারে। আর সর্বোপরি আমরা আমাদের আত্মীয় স্বজন পরিজনকে নিয়ে মায়ের আরাধনা ব্রতী হব। কিন্তু ব্রতী হওয়ার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আমাদের যে মূল মন্ত্রগুলো আদরণীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীজি সম্পূর্ণ দেশবাসীর কাছে আপিল করেছেন, সেই আপিলগুলো আমরা স্বতঃস্ফূর্তভাবে সার্বিকভাবে পালন করব, সাবধানতা অবলম্বন করব এবং মায়ের আশীর্বাদ নিয়ে নিজের পরিবারকে নিয়ে স্বাচ্ছন্দ্যে থাকব। আবারও সবাইকে শারদীয় শুভেচ্ছা।
Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev mentioned that this year Durga Puja is way different than previous years as outbreak of COVID-19 has hit the festive fever. Fears of COVID-19 transmission has forced the curtailment of one of the India's grandest festivals. Therefore, in order to contain any further spread, Chief Minister Biplab Dev requested the people to maintain social distancing protocols, wear masks and maintain hygiene. He also urged the people not to overcrowd while pandal hopping. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Centering the Durga Puja festival, massive traffic arrangements have been enforced in the city for smooth vehicular movements. Considering the situation of pandemic, the city traffic wing has imposed some restrictions and direction for roads of the city to make the celebration of Durga Puja festival a hassle-free event for the people of the state. Strict measures have been imposed on vehicular movement that has been put on to ensure free movement of people during the Puja days, and this year no entry timing in Agartala has been extended from 5 p.m. to 12 am and several no entry points has been set up in and around Agartala from the day of Mahashashti. Altogether, 10 terminal points have been set up around the city to control the movements of all commercial vehicles, and during no entry time, no commercial vehicle will be permitted to enter into the city. Apart from these, several cluster zones has also been made, especially in all crowded locations of the city, where no movement of any kind of vehicles would be allowed during the no entry time. Only emergency vehicles, including ambulance vehicles of police and security personnel, will be able to ply through the flyover from 5 p.m. to 12 am during the Puja days, and after withdrawal of no entry restrictions, other vehicles will be allowed for movement in the flyover of the city. The traffic wing has also set 5 emergency routes across the city for smooth movement of all emergency vehicles, and many terminal points have also been set up for buses and other passenger carrying vehicles, including in Nagarjala, Chandrapur, Gorkha Basti areas of the city. Parking places have also been set up by the traffic police in and across the city, including all the zones of Agartala. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Meteorological Center Agartala issued warning for heavy to very heavy rainfall over Tripura on 23rd of October. The low pressure area over Bay of Bengal is likely to intensify into a depression and cause heavy to very heavy rain in the southern districts of West Bengal on October 23rd, that is Friday, said the Indian Meteorological Department. The low pressure area is very likely to move north-northeastwards and cross West Bengal and adjoining Bangladesh coast as a deep depression between Sagar Islands of West Bengal and Khepupara of Bangladesh by October 23rd afternoon. The rough weather conditions played a spoilsport on the day of Mahasaptami of Durga Puja, which is celebrated with great enthusiasm in Tripura. Meteorological Center Agartala issued a warning for heavy rainfall in Tripura on 23rd of October. It mentioned heavy to very heavy rainfall at few places with extremely heavy rainfall at isolated places over Tripura on 23rd of October. Expected impact of rainfall are localized flooding of roads, waterlogging in low-lying areas, occasional reduction visibility due to heavy rainfall, disruption of traffic, possibilities of damage to vulnerable structures. Possibility of landslides in hilly areas, minor damage to Kacha roads and damage to horticulture and standing crops in some areas due to inundation have been mentioned. The Meteorological Department suggested for staying updated with Nowcast to check for traffic congestion en route before leaving for any destination, to follow any traffic advisories if issued in this regard, to avoid going to the areas that face waterlogging problems and to avoid staying in vulnerable structure. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Housewife reported physical and mental torture by husband, sought justice. Incident at Agartala Bhattapukur area's Swami Vivekananda Club. Women-related crimes are never-ending stories in Tripura. Just from the beginning of lockdown due to COVID-19, thousands of incidents have been reported from nooks and corners of the state. Though the registrations of domestic violence in police stations have dropped, possibly because women are more afraid of retaliation if their husbands stay free. Inside or outside, women are in danger all the time. Over past 2.5 years, Tripura has been witnessing a rise of all kinds of hate, mostly against women. Once again, incident of physical and mental torture against housewife took place near Swami Vivekananda Club, Bhattapukur area of Agartala. In details of the incident, it could be known that the couple were happily married with a girl child reading in class 9 at present. But husband Abhijit Ghosh used to pressurize his wife Shoma Ghosh for pleasing his friends for money. Husband Abhijit Ghosh's motive was to make money by showcasing his wife in front of his friends. Wife Shoma Ghosh was often brutally beaten up by her husband and mother-in-law.
আমার হাজবেন্ডই আমার সাথে পরিচয় করেছে, আমি আগে ওকে চিনতাম না। তারপর একদিন এদিকে আসলো, আসার পর আমার বাড়িতে আমার হাজবেন্ড ওকে নিয়ে এসেছে। নিয়ে আসার পর ওর সাথে ও খুব মানে পার্টি টাটি মানে সাংঘাতিক অবস্থা, ওর খুবই যেরকম কাছের বন্ধু। এবার আমি ওকে বললাম, দেখো এখন আমার মেয়ে বড় হয়েছে, এখন আমি একা না, মেয়েটা বড় হয়েছে, এইভাবে যে লোকজন বাড়িতে আনো এটা তো ভালো দেখায় না। তোমার ঠিক আছে 5 জনের পরিবার, তোমার পরিবার তো কেউ কোনোদিন কোনো কিছুতে ডাক দেয় না, কিন্তু আমার তো এসব ভালো লাগে না। তারপর ও কী করতো, মেয়ের সবাই যখন ভাতটা খাওয়ার পর ঘুমিয়ে পড়তো, মেয়েটাও ঘুমিয়ে পড়তো, ও আমাকে বলতো যে রাত্রিবেলা বাড়ি থেকে বেরোতে। কেন বেরোবো, এখানে যাব বা ওই ছেলেটার সঙ্গে ও কোথাও যাবে, আমি ওর সাথে যেতে। তখন আমি যেতে রাজি হতাম না বলে ও আমাকে খুব মানে এতটাই ও আমার সাথে খারাপ ব্যবহার করতো, মানে ফিজিক্যালি খারাপ ব্যবহার করতো, যেটা আমি এখন বলতে পারছি না, মানে এতটাই খারাপ ব্যবহার করতো।
At last, after suffering a lot, housewife Shoma Ghosh left her in-laws' house and went back to her maternal uncle's residence. Presently, she is staying at her elder sister's home at Edinagar, Shurjapara. But there too, husband Abhijit Ghosh tortures his wife and her family members in different ways. She alleged that her husband has made her life miserable. He comes every day to that area and starts bad-mouthing against her in attempt to psychologically torture her and assassinates her character with false accusations. In this regard, victim's sister Shonali Chakraborty said,
তারা নাম দিয়ে এসেছে সবাই, বলে আমরা নিজে দেখেছি ওকে ফেলে মেরেছে, আমরা মহিলা, আমরা আজকে ওকে মেরেছে, কালকে আমাকে মারবে, এক পাড়ার হয়ে আরেক পাড়ায় এসে মারবে, আর দোকানে ঢুকে মারবে। এটা কোন আইন, কোথাকার আইন? আমরা এর প্রতিবাদ চাই। তখনই ওসি ম্যাডাম বলেছে, ঠিক আছে তোমরা কালকে একটা লিখিত দিয়ে যেও। তো আজকে আমরা গিয়ে লিখিত দিয়ে এসেছি, তুই কালকে দিয়ে এসেছি, বলছে আগামীকালকে গিয়ে রিসিভ কপি আনতে। এখন শুনছি অন্যরকম ঘটনা, বলে আমি বলে ওর মেয়েকে মেরেছি, জামা ছেড়েছি, মেয়ে রেকর্ডিং করে এইসব নিয়ে জমা দিয়েছে, মাইনর মেয়েকে দিয়ে আমাকে আর আমার স্বামীকে ফাঁসানোর জন্য।
However, victim Shoma Ghosh has filed a divorce and wants a proper judgment from concerned authorities associated with law and order. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Covaxin, Bharat Biotech's coronavirus vaccine, has been cleared for the phase 3 trials. India's Drugs Controller General of India Subject Expert Committee recommended granting of permission to conduct phase 3 clinical trials for Bharat Biotech's COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin. The panel added that the recommendation is after accessing data from phase 1 and 2 as well as animal challenge study. In July, Bharat Biotech had received DCGI nod to conduct phase 1 and 2 clinical trials of an indigenous vaccine for COVID-19. Indian government expects a COVID-19 vaccine to be ready for sale as early as December if clinical trials are successful, a senior health ministry official said. The Serum Institute of India has advanced the farthest in clinical trials in India, currently conducting phase 3 trials of Covishield, which has been jointly developed by the UK's AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Mahasaptami rituals observed with full devotion at Agartala's Durga Bari. No gathering of people like previous years could be seen. With utmost devotion, auspicious occasion of Mahasaptami started since Friday morning. However, due to COVID-19 this year, the overall arrangements have been made different in Agartala's Durga Bari. Unlike other years, this year no crowd gathering have been allowed and also rituals of offering Pushpanjali has not been arranged. Other years, huge crowd could be seen coming for Pushpanjali, but because of COVID-19 this year, the ritual has not been arranged for common people. Also, no bhog or prasad has been arranged like other years. Devotees coming to Durga Bari expressed huge grief for not feeling the similar enthusiasm like other years.
এখানে প্রত্যেকবারই আসেন?
প্রত্যেকবারই আসি।
ভোগ টোগ লাগান নাকি?
না, ভোগ লাগাই না, আমি দর্শন করতে আসি।
এই বছর এখানে কিরকম লাগতেছে?
খুবই খারাপ লাগতেছে একদম। এই সময় তো মানে প্রচন্ড ভিড় থাকে, আসার মতন কোনো মানে ভিতরে ঢোকার মতন তো কোনো পরিস্থিতি থাকে না। দৌড়াতে একদম ফাঁকা। হ্যাঁ, প্রতিবার দুর্গাবাড়িতে আসি, এটা আমাদের একটা ভীষণ আকর্ষণ। দুর্গাপুজোতে দুর্গাবাড়িতে আসাটা আসি আমরা এখানে ঠাকুর প্রণাম করি।
এই বছর এসে কিরকম লাগছে?
এই বছর তো ফাঁকা ফাঁকা লাগছে, একটু চেঞ্জ, মানে এত ভিড় থাকে অন্য সময়, আমরা ইচ্ছে করেই আনটাইমলি আসলাম যেন ভিড়টা না হয়। অন্য সময় তো প্রচন্ড ভিড় থাকে, এবার তো খুবই ফাঁকা ফাঁকা।
ভিড় তো ভালোই লাগতেছে, কিন্তু করোনা আবহাওয়ার কারণে এইবার একটু অন্যরকম। পূজা অর্চনা চলছে ঠিকই, কিন্তু ওই অঞ্জলি নিতে পারতেছি না বা ভোগ দিতে পারতেছি না। সোশ্যাল ডিস্টেন্স মেনটেন করে মাস্ক স্যানিটাইজার এই সমস্ত ইউজ করে আমরা প্রতিমা দর্শনে বাইরেছি।
Maintaining all the guidelines issued by the government of Tripura, the priests are conducting puja rituals at the Durga Bari. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Opposition leader and former Chief Minister Manik Sarkar demanded immediate recruitment of unemployed doctors, wrote letter to the Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb. Former Chief Minister Manik Sarkar, through a letter to the Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb, urges for fill-up of all vacant posts for doctors at the earliest. Considering the present pandemic situation and huge shortages of doctors and healthcare workers across the hospitals of the state, Sarkar, through a letter, has expressed his concern over recent media reports of some pass-out MBBS students of Tripura Medical College, TMC, from 2016 batch, who had tried to submit their deputation before the Chief Minister but failed to do so. Earlier, a group of new doctors had also tried to meet the Chief Minister and they had duly approached his secretariat for a deputation. But the Chief Minister's office rejected their proposal, and after passing of 15 days still, the unemployed doctors did not get any reply from Chief Minister's office, said Sarkar in his letter. expressing his dismay over the response from the part of Chief Minister Manik Sarkar in his letter, demanded and requested the Chief Minister for immediate recruitment of all unemployed doctors of the state to develop the present healthcare services in the state, and felt that it will be a vital step for overall treatment of COVID-19 patients. Bureau Report, Hallabol. Well, that's all from the English desk at this moment. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hallabol.